Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to the latest episode of James talking rubbish about chainsaws in his shed. On this episode, I will talk to you about these two saws and we will maybe have a little discussion in the comments about which one would you run and why pipes like this are very impractical but also super fun. Have a look at that. Do you remember that saw? Old subscribers to the channel will remember this. That is a nitro buggy pipe on a 365. Mongrel Chainsaws. I don't know where to start with these two really. This one doesn't have a single identifying badge on it. Nothing there. No serial number tag. No, nothing. What it is is a saw I've chatted about quite a lot actually. It's one of the first saws I really pulled apart. I think after the 262, after I rebuilt that one, it was the next saw. So this is a 61, a late model 61, which I bought in nice condition. Didn't pay £1 million for it. And my lovely friend in New Zealand, who was one of the guys that hosted me when I was over there last year, did all those videos, gave me a really nice 66, I think it's a 66, might be a 68, cylinder. So gotta remember my bore sizes now, 50mm, isn't it? Because these per cc, so for a 65cc saw, the 200 series are a 2mm bigger bore, aren't they, than the 300 series. So a 365 has a 48mm bore. A 266 and 268 have a 50mm bore. Whoa! Welcome to Chainsaw Idiots Anonymous. Yeah, so 50mm bore cylinder. A pop-up piston from Wolf Creek Saw Shop, which is actually the only identifying sticker on here, a little Wolf Creek sticker. And I didn't do much more to it. I deleted the base gasket. I don't think I even did any porting because it's a closed lower transfer cylinder, and I hadn't done anything with those types of cylinders back then. So didn't do much. Still the same intake system and everything, but she is a runner. Loads of videos on this back on the channel in different videos. It did have a 26-inch bar on it. Then it's really good. What it should have on really is a 20-inch bar, which I've just taken off it. Because here's a discussion. Here's our first point of discussion for the evening. Bar length. I find I don't really want a saw with less than a 24-inch bar on these days. Here in the UK, traditionally we run very short bars on chainsaws. Even on bigger chainsaws, I've seen 20-inch bars on 70, 80cc chainsaws, which I think is crazy. I do conform to the stand up and buck thing. I think a slightly longer bar just gives you a lot more maneuverability. I also think it can kick, but I think they're slightly safer because they can kick back. They kick back more slowly because obviously the tip is that much further away. So that 24-inch bar, which is a bit of a weird one, it's a thing called a 5.0 bar. I don't know if you can see that there. 5.0 bar made by Panther, who are a UK company. I think they're related to chainsaw bars in the UK. So it's an 050 chain. Obviously on a Husky normally we'd have an 063, I think. Am I right? Am I right, James? Are you right? 063, what does it say on this bar? Oh, 058. I was wrong. Glad I checked. So yeah, it would normally be an 058, but it's an 050. I'm never sure what that measurement is. It's the thickness of the kerf, isn't it? So 050 chain, but it's a normal 3/8, apart from that, 3/8 050 chain. It was on this saw. It's been on a load of other saws. It was on my 365 special, actually, the hotted up one. So yeah, musical bars is another conversation for the evening. I think I've been looking for the right saw to put this bar on for ages. And this, it's finally there. I think it's the right bar for this saw. Balances nicely, although it needs some bigger dogs, really. It does sits okay. But I haven't been using this saw as much as I want to because it's only had the 20-inch bar on. I've got a load of the solid Husqvarna 24-inch bars, but they're not heavy, but they're not light. They're not like a still 25-inch light bar, are they? So anyway, waffling. Stop waffling, James. That's why I finally put that bar on this chainsaw, which absolutely rips. Here's another point for discussion in the comments. I'm starting to just not be bothered about how fast saws cut through wood. I just tend to pick the saws that either have a relationship with it. Like, I will never sell this saw because a mate of mine gave me the cylinder. It was one of the first saws I put together, built. I love it. Like, it's got a bit of history. So I tell you what, the throttle response on it is bonkers, and it reminds me of why I love running a messed about with modified ported, or it's not ported, saw rather than a stock saw every day of the week. Love it. And it is, I think that bar on that saw will just let me run it really nicely. Not sure about the AV on this saw, it's a bit floppy. Anyway, this saw, shall I talk to you a bit about this saw? This is cool, so you can go back and have a look at this. It's a really nice, actually, condition 372. I know there's a load of orange behind me, you can't see very well, but it's actually a really nice condition 372. But it was blown up when I bought it. I bought it in that big pile of 5 saws where there were 2 7900s, this, can't remember, a couple of other bits. I did manage to get it running on the original cylinder, but it was scored and it never ran that well, and it was just a bit there. So I put, that's right, the cylinder in this is a load of rubbish. It's a cylinder that I got very cheap from eBay, 54mm it must be. Yeah, 372 XPs, no, 52mm, isn't it? Because the 272 XPs are 52mm. Big bore on a 372 is 52mm. Because normal is 50mm. The cylinder was just an absolute cheap load of rubbish off eBay that someone was selling for no reason. So I thought I'd put it in and see if I could get it to run. So I messed about with it in a few different configurations. Most lately now, it's actually got a 272 pop-up piston in. I told you it was a mongrel, didn't I? So you can make this stuff work. It is a big bore 372 52mm cylinder. It is a 272 pop-up piston, so from a 200 series saw, but they were also 52mm because these are over square. So they rev more, so they've got a bigger bore than they have stroke. These, to get a bit more torque, I guess, they made a slightly smaller bore, slightly longer stroke. So it's got that. I had to put 2 little base gaskets in, otherwise it was clattering the top in the squish. So to get any decent squish in it, I had to put extra thick base gasket in it. So it's a bit of a bodge about, but it was a learning thing for me. And the other thing I thought would be fun would be to put this pipe on, which is from a Nitro RC buggy. There's a video, you can check back this running. I did race this against, I think maybe the 500i, certainly some of the other 372. We had a big shootout where I took all of the 372 carcass saws I've got, like the one I did the sharpening video on, the 365X torque that's blown out. Yeah, so you can see it runs pretty well actually, and it's just mega fun to run. I think I might have to start it up for you because it makes a great noise, and it does actually run quite well. Let's see, this has not been started for a while. Let's see how long it takes to fire. Oh, as you can see, she's got compression. Let's move out of the way. See, she got compression. Oh no, it's not having that. Right, put foot on it. Tell you what guys, there's no space to do that here. So yeah, she's a bit lumpy. But really good fun saw. You can go back and see videos of those running. So no real point to this video at all really, other than I wanted to say hi and I was here messing about in the shed. The main thing is this. I could also turn this into a 300 series versus 200 series thing. The 200 series is narrower, is kind of narrower and slightly longer, I'd say. They feel narrower and longer. These 300 series are a bit fatter, aren't they? All good saws. I love running them all. What is your favourite? I've said it before, and another saw I'm going to get out soon is that 181. I really want to run that saw again. I haven't run that for quite a while. With building the garage and a bit of a hiatus this summer through injury, I haven't run a lot of these saws, so I'm sort of rediscovering a lot of these things again. So I'm really looking forward to getting that 181, 281 I've got going again. Really do love the 200 series form factor, but you can't argue with the way the 300 series run either, can you? So yeah, where are you on that discussion as well, guys? 200 series just always seem to oil, they seem to run, but they are getting, what are they, 30 years old now. So yes, where are you on that discussion, guys? So yeah, anyway, just thought I'd switch you one more in the shed, thought we'd chat saws. As always, love you regular commenters in the comments. So yeah, you regular guys that do comment, I'm sure you've already written a comment anyway, which I very much appreciate. Thank you very much for that. And we'll see you again soon. Let me know, do you want me to talk axes? I always feel like nobody wants to talk about axes, but then some axe videos do alright and some don't. So, well, like chainsaw videos. So let me know what you think about that. Anyway, I'll let you get on with your day. Hope you have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.